Hey folks, welcome back to another video. So I am going to be going to the Monterey Regional here in a couple weeks. Being on the West Coast, it is a closer, easier one for me to get to. And I was kind of excited to just jump straight into the 2026 season. So yeah, me and a couple guys are going to be heading down there and playing. So if you're going to be at that regional, make sure to keep an eye out for me so you can come up and say hey. But before we get there, we have a lot of work to do. So I kind of wanted to make this video to show you some of the behind the scenes of my preparation process so that you can kind of see what I'm doing to study, to prepare, to try to tweak my deck in order to give myself the best chance at any upcoming major. Let's just jump straight into it. I wanted to show you what my testing table looks like first. So this is my current testing setup. It's a bit messy. Shout out to my partner though for letting me take over the kitchen table for a little while. But I've just got a couple playmats set up and then all of my playable bolt cards organized by type here. Got this box just full of item cards. This is all of my Pokemon organized by type. Makes it really easy to find what I'm looking for so that I can swap pet cards in and out, maybe just build a new deck right off the fly like that. But yeah, so I had a buddy come over on Labor Day and we just ran games for a couple hours. He's pretty set on Gholdengo right now. So I had him we tested the mirror match, and then I had him test against Zoroark with the Toedscruel line, as well as Orban's Charizard list, just to kind of get familiar with those decks that are a bit more set up to counter Gholdengo and see how they feel. Okay, so I know a lot of you are likely familiar with this website already, but for those of you that aren't, this is LimitlessTCG.com, and it is an amazing resource for competitive Pokemon. You can see all of the major tournament results, as well as full deck lists, and even online tournament results, Japanese tournament results. It is a powerhouse of information, especially when it's paired with its partner site, Limitless Labs. You can really access an insane wealth of information to kind of give you that edge in kind of getting a better idea of what is going on in the meta. So after Worlds, which is in the Black Bolt White Flare format, which the Monterey Regionals will still be in the Black Bolt White Flare format, it was clear that Gholdengo was quite a powerful deck. That was something that I'd been testing as soon as BBWF came out. And so having that confirmation bias of like, okay, this deck does really have legs, kind of made it an easy decision to go pretty much all in on Gholdengo for the first regional that I'll be playing in this season. So what you can do is you can start, if you have a deck list that you already know you want to take a look at, you can just click on the deck list here. And then if you scroll down a little bit, it will give you all of the recent placements in the recent tournaments. You can go, these are all just from Worlds, which is going to be a long list because Gholdengo was what, like 22% meta share at Worlds? But you can see if you scroll further down, past tournaments, all sorts of things. It'll show you variations like the Joltik Gholdengo that was made 16th place. But for me and my testing process, I started with Piper's list because I really thought the Togekiss was something unique and cool. I know it's something we've seen in Gholdengo before, but to see it again was really cool. So this is where I kind of started my testing process once I committed to Gholdengo. I just brought this exact 60 to a local challenge just to kind of get a feel for how it ran in person, see what cards I liked, what cards I thought I could ditch. And just the plan was to test, but I did end up getting first place in that challenge. It was a really good run, and it helped me just kind of get a better feel for the deck, playing it in a more competitive environment with slightly higher stakes. I know the challenge isn't like the biggest thing in the world, but you know, slightly higher stakes, people taking it a bit more seriously, helped me get a really good grasp on what cards I liked, what I really appreciated, some things that I thought maybe I could take a second look at, and then I could start making some changes from there. So typically I will net deck first and then just start with a list that I think looks good before branching out with my own text, my own inclusions, that sort of thing. I think that is probably a pretty solid way to start your testing process versus trying to go rogue immediately. I would recommend finding a solid list that's been tried and tested and then starting there as your baseline. And then after the challenge with Piper's List, I wanted to continue branching out and try Caleb's List. But I wanted to start, I felt comfortable enough now with Gholdengo to begin to make some changes and kind of throw in my own tech cards just to see how they would do. So I chose to try out the Grafaiai for a couple of reasons. I knew that the cup I was going to be playing in had a couple of players that typically favor wall decks. So I wanted to use that as an opportunity to test out the Grafaiai, see how impactful it would be against things like Crustle or Cornerstone. And then the other reason was because the Gholdengo did really well at Worlds. It was a huge meta share, and it did, 7th place was the highest that it did, which is pretty impressive. So I have a feeling that as people are going into the next few majors, they're going to be keeping that in mind with their deck building techniques. So they are going to be including things to try to counter Gholdengo. You'll probably see a lot more just one of Cornerstones pop up in decks, like Raging Bolt, for example. So to keep that in mind, I wanted to start testing to see if there's a way to get around some of those just cheeky one of Cornerstones. Not necessarily a wall deck, but like a simple tech inclusion that can kind of jam you up if you're not prepared for it. So Grafaiai was where I wanted to start testing there, which is a 90 HP stage 1 Pokemon. It's kind of like Gholdengo Light, basically. For 1 dark energy, you can use Colorful Graffiti, which is the same as Make It Rain, but it's just 40 damage per energy card that you discard. So it's pretty powerful. You can still take out Cornerstones, you can take out Crustles, and it feels pretty good. It also is dark typing, so I actually came up in a match versus Gardevoir unexpectedly, where I realized I could be attacking with a single prizer and doing some damage that way. And then Caleb's List was the Chansey, so we were running the Chansey, the redeemable tickets, and the Academy at Night to kind of test out that to fix our prize mapping, which just between the two that I ran, I do tend to like the Togekiss a little bit better. Chansey, you can set up more on the fly. It's a bit easier to get into, but Togekiss just kind of felt more reliable overall. So I think moving forward, if I was going to go choose between the two, I would choose with Togekiss, but playing one in each tournament kind of helped me to really feel good about that choice. Then before my buddy came over to test, we both took a look at some of the online tournaments to kind of do a bit of brainstorming, take some ideas, see what people are running, what things are being cut, inclusions, weird one-offs, that sort of thing. It's a great testing ground for that. So to get there, you go limitlesstcg.com still, go to tournaments, go to online, and then go to completed. And I'll typically look at the tournament lists that have 200 or more players, usually a good bet. So let's see, let's start here with the Impulse Weekly. We've got a Gholdengo list that took 2nd place, so we can click on list here. I like to just view it as an image. I'm a very visual person. And you can see this guy or gal is completely teched out for the mirror match. They want to smoke every Gholdengo that they come up against. They've got a 1/1 line of the Slime Mold Colony Toedscruel. We've got the Centiskorch, which is hitting Gholdengos for weakness, doing 260 damage. A great fire like 1 prize fire Pokemon attacker outside of Chi-Yu. Drawback to it, of course, is it is a stage 1, and the even bigger drawback is that this Slizipede has 80 health, so it is not searchable by Buddy Puff, and you got to use your Nest Balls or your Artisan, and then you got to use Ultra Ball or just draw into the Centiskorch, the Toedscruel, that sort of thing. So a bit trickier to set up. You do also have Cypher Maniacs to help you out with that, though. So if you are super worried about the mirror match, I guess you can just start teching pretty hard for it. But let's take a look at some other lists that we have here. It can sometimes be a bit slow to navigate back and forth between these. We got Joldengo, got 7th. That might be a good thing just to kind of see if they're doing anything different here. But no, it looks pretty standard to the senior list that won Worlds. Okay, let's see. This Gholdengo got 14th. And okay, another inclusion of the 1/1 Slime Mold Colony to kind of set up against the mirror. It's good into Poltnor as well. But it is going to be kind of tougher to get into while you're under item lock. You'll likely have to use Cypher for it. But Poltnor does typically run the 4 Night Stretchers, so you are denying them those in the later game. And then we got the 1/1 Chansey redeemable ticket. So, we got a 1 of Academy at Night too. So if we need to set up the prize trades, we better just hit heads. Let's see. I think that was about it for this tournament. Let's go into... Let's see. Let's try Sunny's Weekly. Not a lot of Golden Go. We got a 7th place list here with the Togekiss line. This looks like pretty much just a complete copy of Piper's, which is a totally good way to go. We just got straight Golden Go here. Not a lot of... We got a Judge. But other than that, not a lot of difference. Let's take a look at the Pumpka Weekly. We've got... not a lot of Golden Go representation at all. We got Joltik box. We got a Typhlosion that did quite well. Maybe he was shutting down all the Golden Goes. Another Jolden Go. Oh, our first Golden Go list all the way down here at 26. Let's see. They've got the Scizor line, which is good into Raging Bolt. Can be good into... probably good into the Jolden Go, actually. Good into Joltik box. So that is still a consideration. Oh, they got the Baby Genesect as well to shut down Ace Specs. This is why you see a lot of Golden Go lists running Tool Scrapper, but I don't really see a lot of lists running Baby Genesect anymore. And I know that the most recent Gardevoir winning list did not have Bravery Charms in it, so the Tool Scrapper might be one of those that you look at as a potential open slot in your deck. But let's see. Not a lot else there. Let's see if we can find another bigger tournament. 287 Tournament of Doom got Golden Go winning. Let's take a look at the list here. Togekiss. Looks like a direct Piper's list, but it's great to see that it's still winning some big tournaments though. Jolden Go in 5th. Oh, Smart TCG. Shout out to them. Let's see. Golden Go in 19th with the Scizor line again. So yeah, you can just kind of, it's a good place to just kind of brainstorm ideas. I wouldn't take any of this as gospel, because the one thing about these tournaments is that the barrier to entry is very, very low. You don't even have to leave your house. There's not entry fees on a lot of most of these tournaments don't have entry fees. So at most, you bring something crazy and you go 0-2 drop, you've only lost an hour of time. It's very low investment. So you will see people bring in all kinds of crazy stuff, which is why it's a good place to get ideas. That doesn't mean they're going to be good ideas though, but it is an excellent resource for brainstorming. Okay, so now comes the fun part where I get to start just throwing things at the wall, seeing what sticks, what doesn't, and really just kind of go crazy with a bunch of changes in the list to kind of feel it out and see where I stand with my final 60. Now, this is inspired by Daniel Magda, who plays quite highly in Worlds with a secret box Golden Go list, and the kind of idea was to offset the prizing in your favor by taking a turn 1 going second knockout with Fan Rotom right off the rip. So what you do is you got 4 Arven, 1 Petrol to get you into secret box on your first turn so that you can get a Stadium, a Fan Rotom, and get this boy into the active with an air balloon, get a quick energy attachment, and then your assault landing for 70. There's no fan call that's happening here. He's literally just in the deck to do 70 damage on your first turn of the game so that you can start taking knockouts even sooner than your opponent. And then after that, you're just kind of ripping through the Golden Go away. You have, instead of Energy Surge Pro, you have 4 Earthen Vessels to kind of get energy into the discard. And then his list, he had a split 6 Metal, 5 Lightning, so that you could run the Levincia to get the Lightning back out of the discard. Mine's gotten a little bit weirder, though, because I want to try to find Slizapede, who annoyingly enough has 80 HP. So I've got double Artisan, although double Levincia would probably be better here. And then I've got 2 Ultra Balls to help find the evolution Pokemon that can't get with Genesect, so the Toedscruel, the Centiskorch. that sort of thing. Like I said, this is a bit of a pile. We're just throwing things at the wall. I'm not telling you guys to run this list. I'm just showing you what it looks like when I'm trying things out, just to kind of see what I like, what I don't like, if there's anything here. And what I did learn from running this list is that it does feel pretty good into the mirror. The thing that it does not feel good into is Dragapult Dusknoir. So that is still going to be a large share of the meta, and it's not something that I like losing power into. So that's kind of the takeaway from this list. But I mean, it's still a fun way to play Golden Go, and I think the secret box does still have some legs, just not these legs specifically. But stay tuned, because I am going to be releasing very soon a video of me running this list, just some test games with it, to kind of walk through my thought process as I was working with this pile. So that'll be coming out in a couple of days, so stay tuned for that. Or if it's already been a couple of days, go into the channel, find the thing. It'll probably be on the end credits as well, you know, the YouTube stuff. Go watch that video next, man. Thanks for being here with me today. Really appreciate all of you. If this is your first time with us, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below with any questions. I love going through my comment section and interacting with you guys there. But just thank you again for being here. Always appreciated. We'll catch you in the next one.